Like, share, subscribe. Live for Love TV. Awesome!
Hey guys, Live for Love TV. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Big up yourself.
Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today is the 6th day of the 11th month of the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Today I'd like to talk to you about artificial intelligence, which is the century we're in now. They're claiming this century is the century of artificial intelligence. And they're right, because we can see already AIs have taken over lots of people's jobs, taken over an industry, and because of its ability to do jobs that human beings are able to do to a certain degree, obviously the capitalists who are just about profit, about no strikes, no arguments, nobody answering back to them, everybody doing what they're told. This is what they're going to go for. Now, obviously, there will be jobs that the AI can do, and it's doing them right now. It's going to continue to increase. But I don't think people should be too worried by it if they're using their own intelligence, not the artificial intelligence, but their real innate intelligence, because these machines that they're creating and programming can only really copy a certain level of intelligence, and they will never be able to copy the true level and heights of a human intellect. They will never be able to do that. That's not possible. Just like whoever the most intelligent person is on the planet, he may be able to make a machine or program it so it can do what I can do, but he certainly can't program it to do what he can do. Think about it. He can't program it above himself. That can't be done by any human being. But if I'm less of intelligence than him, and he can watch what I do and copy what I do and write it into some sort of program, then yeah, he can do that. And that's that is what's happening now. And that's why we have to get to the point where we're using our cranium, our intelligence, to the highest of its possible ability. We have to do this. We have no choice now. We've seen these things throughout history, how they work. During slavery, as you remember, if you go back those hundreds of years, when slavery was, right across the Western world, right across the planet, it's what built all these empires, these Western empires. Slavery was free labor, absolute free labor for 300 plus years. Nobody had to be paid. Just had to dig up some food and find some food for the people to eat, and that was it. Never had to pay them. Now think about it. If you had a business today and you had 20 workers or 50 workers and you didn't have to pay them anything, you'd be rich. You couldn't go wrong, could you? You couldn't lose money. Any business would work that way. Any business. The stupidest man could start a business and he'll be successful. So this is how slavery worked. But slavery, because it made such massive profits, and because of the way the intelligence works, and because they're always looking to save costs, led to the Industrial Revolution. And the Industrial Revolution was the era of machines, where machines could chug along 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, unlike a human being. And so eventually, and they wouldn't strike, and they wouldn't argue, and they wouldn't get sick, and stuff like that. So they went for that. Now, when they went for the Industrial Revolution, if you look at the people who were at the behest at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the countries, these are the countries that actually claimed that they got rid of slavery. But they got rid of other people's slavery because it was a direct competition to them. Because the initial cost for Industrial Revolution was massive. Obviously, as time goes on, as years and years go on, the costs come down and it becomes more productive than human beings. But if you're competing for the same materials with people who are not paying their workers, then you're in real trouble. So they had to go out and claim the moral high ground, and they're getting rid of slavery and produced all of these names and claim that this person was an abolitionist and all. This is absolute rubbish. These people are strategic and they're profit driven, and they understood totally the way things work. And I take this full circle to why they're going into AI now. AI is the same thing, because they've got people into the situation where they're workers and they work for very little money. But no matter how little money you work for, these people want to outsource you, completely get rid of you. So if they can find a level, which is AI, to get rid of even a person who's on, let's say, $1 an hour, if it was possible. They want to get rid of even that person because they're just profit driven. They have no morals towards human beings and towards their survival. They are profit driven. So AI is what is come in and what's going to be complete to dominate right through to the end of this century. But as I said, these people are using their intelligence to create artificial intelligence, and because they've dumbed down so many people on the planet with their education system, now we're easy to replace. And I've always and continuously been on Live for Love TV has been striving for people to improve themselves, to use their intelligence, to understand that there is nothing greater than them if they're using their full intelligence. But you can't be destroying your own brain at the same time you want to use your intelligence. So I'm not telling you whether you should be doing, drinking X amount, smoking X amount, eating poor food that the human body wasn't designed to do. These things are going to help to retard your intelligence. They are. That's a fact. That's not something that I'm saying. That's something that everybody accepts as a fact. And whilst we do this and then continue to have children, we help to retard our children's, in intellect, and therefore they will be replaced. So we are to blame. Even now, while we see what's happening on the planet and we're seeing, oh, this is happening, that's happening, we have to start to use our intelligence to its highest degree. This is what the people who hold the world and the planet captive are doing. They have nobody they are praying to that makes them any more clever than anybody else. They have nobody. They're not praying to anybody. They're not got some little, seance and some Illuminati where powers are coming down from on high. This is ridiculous. They're just using their intelligence to its fullest capacity. And they use it in a ruthless way. Just like you'll have to use your intelligence at times in a ruthless way in order to combat these people. The old saying, only a ninja can kill a ninja. You can't be there, pussyfooting around saying, I'm going to sort of pity-pat around with these people when they're trying to destroy you and destroy your future. You have to know how to use your intelligence. And your intelligence works all degrees. It works for good and for good and for bad. It works ruthlessly at times. It gets angry and does things that it has to do in order to survive. That has to be done. Don't let anybody give you any, book that tells you you shouldn't use it that way. Because once that happens, and it's been happening and it continues to happen, you will be snookered, as they say. You'll be finished, and your children will be finished, and your children will be back in that same situation 300 years that they were. That's what's going to happen. It's the only outcome for people who don't use their mind to its highest degree. And don't be looking for somebody to use it for you. I don't promote that on this channel. I'm not going to use my intellect for you. I'm talking to you and I'm reasoning with you, but I'm growing with you. Don't allow anybody to, you can share with people and, pass information from one person to another, iron sharpens iron, all that stuff. But don't be looking for anybody to come and tell you everything that you need to do, because that person will be the same as a captive. They'll captivators. They'll end up captivating you as well and using you and abusing you. So don't make people your gurus. Don't make people your masters. Use your intellect to its highest degree and allow your children and your grandchildren and all the people who come behind you to remember who you were and what you did for them. That's going to put them in a better stead than most of us are today. Take care. See you soon. Live for Love TV.